Greetings, rich risings, besties. Happy Friday. How y'all doing out there? I am getting ready. First of all, did y'all see my live yesterday? What the fuck? I hate to say it, but I know, I don't know if anybody caught it, but some real crazy shit happened on my live yesterday, y'all. Give me a second. What am I listening to? Okay, this is what we was listening to yesterday. I'ma finish it while
Changes
I'm
first
getting
in the
ready
way
for
you
work.
deal with
Give me a
yourself,
second.
and later in the way you deal with other people, especially those you love the most. Consider how many times you have gossiped about the person you love the most to gain the support of others for your point of view. How many times have you hooked other people's attention and spread poison about your loved one in order to make your opinion right? Your opinion is nothing but your point of view. It is not necessarily true. Your opinion comes from your beliefs, your own ego, and your own dream. We create all this poison and spread it to others just so we can feel right about our own point of view. If we adopt the first agreement and become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communication in our personal relationships, including with our pet dog or cat. Impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for that idea. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from black magic. Instead, it is fertile for the words that come from love. You can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you are impeccable with your word, you feel good, you feel happy and at peace. You can transcend the dream of hell just by making the agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now I am planting that seed in your mind. Whether or not the seed grows depends upon how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture the seed, and as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. This first agreement will change the kind of seeds your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make if you want to be free, if you want to be happy, if you want to transcend the level of existence that is hell. It is very powerful. Use the word in the correct way. Use the word to share your love. Use white magic, beginning with yourself. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those teeny, tiny agreements that make you suffer. It is possible. It is possible because I did it, and I am no better than you. No, we are exactly the same. We have the same kind of brain, the same kind of bodies. We are humans. If I was able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can do the same. If I can be impeccable with my word, why not you? Just this one agreement can change your whole life. Impeccability of the word can lead you to personal freedom, to huge success and abundance. It can take away all fear and transform it into joy and love. Just imagine what you can create with impeccability of the word. With the impeccability of the word, you can transcend the dream of fear and live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of thousands of people living in hell because you are immune to that hell. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. Chapter 3. The second agreement. Don't take anything personally. The next three agreements are really born from the first agreement. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Using an earlier example, if I see you on the street and I say, "Hey, you are so stupid," without knowing you, it's not about you, it's about me. If you take it personally, then perhaps you believe you are stupid. Maybe you think to yourself, "How does he know? Is he clairvoyant? Or can everybody see how stupid I am? You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. It's the assumption that everything is about me. During the period of our education, or our domestication, we learn to take everything personally. We think we are responsible for everything. Me, always me. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on their world. Even when a situation seems so personal, even if others insult you directly, it has nothing to do with you. What they say, what they do, and the opinions they give are according to the agreements they have in their own minds. Their point of view comes from all the programming they received during domestication. If someone gives you an opinion and says, "Hey, you look so fat," don't take it personally, because the truth is that this person is dealing with his or her own feelings, beliefs, and opinions. That person tried to send poison to you, and if you take it personally, then you take that poison and it becomes yours. Taking things personally makes you easy prey for these predators, the black magicians. They can hook you easily with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want, and because you take it personally, you eat it up. You eat all their emotional garbage, and now it becomes your garbage. But if you do not take it personally, you are immune in the middle of hell. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is the gift of this agreement. When you take things personally, then you feel offended, and your reaction is to defend your beliefs and create conflicts. You make something big out of something so little, because you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong. You also try hard to be right by giving them your own opinions. In the same way, whatever you feel and do is just a projection of your own personal dream, a reflection of your own agreements. What you say, what you do, and the opinions you have are according to the agreements you have made, and these opinions have nothing to do with me. It is not important to me what you think about me, and I don't take what you think personally. I don't take it personally when people say, "Miguel, you are the best," and I also don't take it personally when they say, "Miguel, you are the worst." I know that when you are happy you will tell me, "Miguel, you are such an angel." But when you are mad at me you will say, "Oh, Miguel, you are such a devil. You are so disgusting." How can you say those things? Either way, it does not affect me because I know what I am. I don't have the need to be accepted. I don't have the need to have someone tell me, "Miguel, you are doing so good," or, "How dare you do that?" No, I don't take it personally. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, I know is your problem and not my problem. It is the way you see the world. It is nothing personal, because you are dealing with yourself, not with me. Others are going to have their own opinion according to their belief system, so nothing they think about me is really about me, but it is about them. You may even tell me, "Miguel, what you are saying is hurting me." But it is not what I am saying that is hurting you. It is that you have wounds that I touch by what I have said. You are hurting yourself. There is no way that I can take this personally. Not because I don't believe in you or don't trust you, but because I know that you see the world with different eyes, with your eyes. You create an entire picture or movie in your mind, and in that picture you are the director, you are the producer, you are the main actor or actress. Everyone else is a secondary actor or actress. It is your movie. The way you see that movie is according to the agreements you have made with life.
Now this camera
Your
better
point
though,
of view
y'all.
is
I was
something
told this
personal
camera
to you.
is better.
It is no one's truth but yours. Then, if you get mad at me, I know you are dealing with yourself. I
I'm
am the
gonna get my
excuse for you
tablet
to
so I
get
can
mad.
see.
And you get mad because you are afraid, because you are dealing with fear. If you are not afraid, there is no way you will get mad at me. If you are not afraid, there is no way you will hate me. If you are not afraid, there is no way you will be jealous or sad. If you live without fear, if you love, there is no place for any of those emotions. If you don't feel any of those emotions, it is logical that you will feel good. When you feel good, everything around you is good. When everything around you is great, everything makes you happy. You are loving everything that is around you, because you are loving yourself. Because you like the way you are. Because you are content with you. Because you are happy with your life. You are happy with the movie that you are producing, happy with your agreements with life. You are at peace, and you are happy. You live in that state of bliss where everything is so wonderful, and everything is so beautiful. In that state of bliss, you are making love all the time with everything that you perceive. Whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. If they tell you how wonderful you are, they are not saying that because of you. You know you are wonderful. It is not necessary to believe other people who tell you that you are wonderful. Don't take anything personally. Even if someone got a gun and shot you in the head, it was nothing personal. Even at that extreme. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. The mind has the ability to talk to itself, but it also has the ability to hear information that is available from other realms. Sometimes you hear a voice in your mind, and you may wonder where it came from. This voice may have come from another reality in which there are living beings very similar to the human mind. The Toltecs called these beings allies. In Europe, Africa, and India they called them the gods. Our mind also exists in the level of the gods. Our mind also lives in that reality, and can perceive that reality. The mind sees with the eyes and perceives this waking reality.
Trying to get my
But the
camera
mind
set
also
right,
sees
y'all.
and perceives
This
without
is
the
all
eyes,
news to me.
although the reason is
I
hardly
ain't know
aware
nothing
of
about
this
the back
perception.
camera.
The mind lives in more than one dimension. There may be times when you have ideas that don't originate in your mind, but you are perceiving them with your mind. You have the right to believe or not believe these voices, and the right not to take what they say personally. We have a choice whether or not to believe the voices we hear within our own minds, just as we have a choice of what to believe and agree with in the dream of the planet. The mind can also talk and listen to itself. The mind is divided as your body is divided. Just as you can say,
Thank you, young
I
man.
have one
Thank you, young
hand,
man.
and I can shake my
Nubian
other hand,
Prince.
and feel
Damn
the other
auntie,
hand.
ain't you a fine
The
glass
mind can
of
talk to
wine?
itself.
I sure am.
Part of the mind
Cabernet,
is speaking,
to be
and the
exact.
other part is listening. It is a big problem when 1,000 parts of your mind are all speaking at the same time. This is called a
Thank you.
metote, remember? The metote can be compared to a huge marketplace where thousands of people are talking and bartering at
Grand
the same
Rising,
time.
Rich Risings at that.
Each one has different thoughts
Hello,
and
beautiful
feelings.
people.
Each one has a different point of view. The programming in the mind, all of those agreements we have made, are not necessarily compatible with each other. Every agreement is like a separate living being. It has its own personality and its own voice. There are conflicting agreements that go against other agreements and on until it becomes a big war in the mind. The metote is the reason humans hardly know what they want, how they want it, or when they want it. They don't agree with themselves because there are parts of the mind that want one thing, and other parts that want exactly the opposite. Some part of the mind has objections to certain thoughts and actions, and another part supports the actions of the opposing thoughts. All these little living beings create inner conflict because they are alive and they each have a voice. Only by making an inventory of our agreements will we uncover all of the conflicts in the mind and eventually make order out of the chaos of the metote.
And I've recently done this. So the title of the story is called Do You Have Free Will? Everybody really assumes that they have free will. You think you got free will? You think that's how you breathing? You don't got free will. Thank you for the love. I'm gonna tell you why you don't have free will. You don't have free will. When you was a kid, when I was a little girl, one of the first toys I ever got was a baby. That was social conditioning. They literally told me what my role was. I never chose to be a mother. It was placed on me. It was a already set. This is my whole analogy of free will. We do not have free will, y'all. You have choices and options. That is not free will. Free will is a blank state that chooses from a blank state. That's true free will. Not options, choices. No. I'm reading the comments. Shit, if you ain't got no husband, you might just find one. Nubian Prince. I like the idea of marriage. It is a beautiful commitment when it's done right, with the right mindset. With the information I've just been getting, marriage to me symbolizes prison for a woman. And I ain't gonna hold you, but every woman that I've spoke to who were married, the stories will break your heart. On the outside, they're married, but on the inside, they're prisoners, they're maids, they don't have a say so, they have to take care of somebody and nobody takes care of them. I would rather us be partners in life than be married, because society has shaped marriage into these two roles where a man just work, he can help around the house here and there, but his main objective is to make money. And I think that patriarch has created the male influence of the world has created job markets so that they can make women slaves. It's like we're gonna put you on a system of currency so that the man has to go make the money, because at one point women couldn't work, right? So that further lets you know that the system was created to oppress women. It's really sad. Marriage was made to oppress women. It was so that women do not have their own um, mind, because a woman with her own mind can really advance herself spiritually and could potentially break the system. So why we don't have the 13th floor. There's a reason why we don't have the 13th floor. It's a reason why Friday the 13th is such a scary time. It's the reason why the number 13th was removed everything, because did you know that the 13th disciple was a woman? Did you know that the Bible was literally made just to oppress women? It wasn't even to control everybody. It was literally to control women. The way it's written up is to control women. Because if you go read the lost text, you'll see that women have power in their spiritualism, and they're like the closest thing to understanding God. So I can understand why they need to have us oppressed as a male. You don't want the person who bring life to feel like they don't need you. So they had to create a system where women had to rely on men in order to be in order to survive. And if you didn't have a man, you was not surviving. Okay? That was the dynamics. And this further lets you know that they were attempting to oppress women from day one. We were the first slaves. So when you start talking about marriage to me, I see clinks on my arms. I see me held behind a man, not equal to a man, because that's what marriages does. They don't make you equal. You got to stand behind. You got to hold your man up, support him, and take care of the kids. And if you got a job, you know, I don't see the reward in that. Sorry, they will call me a leftover woman if because I don't see the reward in getting married, and I'm too enlightened to be oppressed by a man now. If I get married, we would have to be each other equal yoked. We would have to be equally yoked, meaning we would have to literally both wash dishes, both cook and clean. There wouldn't be any roles, because that's how women get burnt out and lose their mind. You have women who go to work, come home, cook and clean, and then have to get in the bedroom even if they're tired and please the man. And all he had to do was go to work. Y'all think that shit fair? I don't want to be nobody's wife. Ain't that some shit? Married 34 years. And I know somebody who's been married 50 years. And a lot of men that claim they love their wife, I've talked to several women who have been married for over 50 years, and you will not believe the amount of women that told me that they were the one paying all the bills. A lot of these women with marriages try to make it seem like their life is more pleasant and more comfortable because they have a husband. But when you sit down and talk to them, that shit is fake. That shit be fake. Because men don't think like women think. Therefore, she will always be the one catching and picking up. Now, he can provide the money, but he doesn't, a lot of times, he doesn't have the logic to carry everything, you know. So she has to play devil's advocate in the whole situation. She has to play the one who is submitting. Then she has to play leader in certain areas because although he is the leader, some men tend to lack in leadership and they only think that if they bring money, then they're leading, and that's not true. Let me read some of y'all comments. I muted y'all. Let me see. I shouldn't have muted y'all. It shouldn't be muted. If you can't hear me, let me know before I keep talking. Okay, it looked like somebody said my wife and I help each other when we need it financially. I mean, oh, so do you help wash clothes? Do you help cook? Do you guys have children? Are you up reading the kids? The household work should be 50-50. A woman should not have to go to work. A woman should not have to come home and cook after she have been to work and help kids. Now, I don't know, some women may not look at it as a chore, but to me, sex is a chore. It is a chore. There are times where I am too exhausted to want to even do it, but because I have a partner that will feel neglected, I have to do it. And that is so damn stressful on a woman because it's like you don't know what we've been through all day. I can't just get into that mode with you after I've been changing doo-doo damn pampers and the dinner didn't turn out how I wanted, and then somebody at my job try to tell me something I didn't do. I know I did, and now you want me to just be acting like I didn't have none of those problems today because you want pleasure. Let's not even start on the women in Iran who lose their life for not for even wearing their edges out. Alice in Wonderland was not a damn uh just a movie. It was literally a depiction of women in society and how we are thrown into society with these fake ass roles that don't really satisfy women. But we are walking around like we're happy with the stuff and we're not happy. We are taught as kids that to have children and to be a helpmate in the house is what our role is. I do not believe in that. I think that is so sad that that's the only roles a woman can have. And if a woman don't have a child or she don't have a husband, you will talk bad about her. Like if I stood up here right now and said, I don't have kids, I don't have a husband, I don't have kids, and I don't ever plan to have one, you guys would call me so many names. Not a human, not a person with free will, but just I'm not, because I'm not admitted to any scripts. I'm a bad person. And that's because you guys are in love with the script. You like your roles, mainly men. The only people who I notice don't have too much problem with the script is men because it goes in their favor. The script works well for you. The script works well for women who don't love themselves too. But women who highly love themselves, who appreciate life and understand that they're living a life too and that they're not somebody's property, this shit is disheartening, y'all. It's fucking disheartening. I'm gonna let this finish play because I gotta go for a second.
Don't take anything personally because by taking things personally, you set yourself up to suffer for nothing. Humans are addicted to suffering at different levels and to different degrees, and we support each other in maintaining these addictions. Humans agree to help each other suffer. If you have the need to be abused, you will find it easy to be abused by
Please
others.
like, share, and subscribe, you
Likewise,
guys.
if
I
you
know
are
I
with
don't say it
people
enough,
who
but
need to
like,
suffer,
share, and
something
subscribe.
in you makes you
Like,
abuse
share, and
them.
subscribe. Like,
It is as
share,
if they
and
have a note in their
subscribe.
back that says, "Please kick me." They are asking for justification for their suffering. Their addiction to suffering is nothing but an agreement that is reinforced every day. Wherever you go, you will find people lying to you, and as your awareness grows, you will notice that you also lie to yourself. Do not expect people to tell you the truth because they also lie to themselves. You have to trust yourself and choose to believe or not to believe what someone says to you. When we really see other people as they are without taking it personally, we can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it is okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid. They are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. It is painful to take that social mask off. If others say one thing, but do another, you are lying to yourself if you don't listen to their actions. But if you are truthful with yourself, you will save yourself a lot of emotional pain. Telling yourself the truth about it may hurt, but you don't need to be attached to the pain. Healing is on the way, and it's just a matter of time before things will be better for you. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it is a gift if they walk away from you. If that person doesn't walk away, you will surely endure many years of suffering with him or her. Walking away may hurt for a while, but your heart will eventually heal. Then you can choose what you really want. You will find that you don't need to trust others as much as you need to trust yourself to make the right choices. When you make it a strong habit not to take anything personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your anger, jealousy, and envy will disappear, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. If you can make this second agreement a habit, you will find that nothing can put you back into hell. There is a huge amount of freedom that comes to you when you take nothing personally. You become immune to black magicians, and no spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. The whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Someone can intentionally send emotional poison, and if you don't take it personally, you will not eat it. When you don't take the emotional poison, it becomes even worse in the sender, but not in you. You can see how important this agreement is. Taking nothing personally helps you to break many habits and routines that trap you in the dream of hell and cause needless suffering. Just by practicing this second agreement, you begin to break dozens of tiny agreements that cause you to suffer. And if you practice the first two agreements, you will break 75% of the tiny agreements that keep you trapped in hell. Write this agreement on paper and put it on your refrigerator to remind you all the time. Don't take anything personally. As you make
I
a
like
habit
that. He
of
said I
not
keep
taking
my
anything
wife
personally,
laughing.
you won't.
He said I keep my wife laughing. That gets her in the mood sometimes. I'm glad that you understand the dynamics and how hard it is for a woman to switch gears. You are a great husband for that because truthfully, sometimes we want sex too, but our minds are already running on high from all the things we have to deal with, you guys. And I just find it very selfish that men just feel like they're not obligated to take on. And it's nice of you to do that, but do you take on her weight? Do you go in there and say, well, babe, tonight I'm going to feed the kids? Do you say, well, babe, tonight I'm doing it? Do you guys like one day are you cooking, one day is she cooking? Are you guys alternating these roles? There should never be a time where a woman should be committing all the fucking chores in the house and your ass just going to work and taking a bath and eating dinner. That shit is sick. We're not no maids. We are humans.
You don't need to place your trust in what others do or say. You will only need to trust yourself to make responsible choices. You are never responsible for the actions of others. You are only responsible for you.
That's
When you
good, Black
truly
Dot.
understand this, and refuse to take things personally, you can hardly be hurt by the careless comments or actions of others. If you keep this agreement, you can travel around the world with your heart completely open and no one can hurt you.
And I want to tie in while I'm listening to this video. So this video is called The Four Attachments. And it's a book. It's about how you are subjected to scripts. And how once you let go of all these scripts, then you can actually be free. And this is exactly how I cured my anxiety with the lost books of the Bible.
Hurt you. You can say, I love you, without fear of being ridiculed or rejected. You can ask for what you need. You can say yes, or you can say no, whatever you choose, without guilt or self-judgment. You can choose to follow your heart always. Then you can be in the middle of hell and still experience inner peace and happiness. You can stay in your state of bliss. Believe they are the truth. We could swear they are real. We make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking. We take it personally. Then we blame them and react by sending emotional poison with our word. That is why whenever we make assumptions, we're asking for problems. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, and we end up creating a whole big drama for nothing. All the sadness and drama you have lived in your life was rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. Take a moment to consider the truth of this statement.
Come on, Dory.
The whole war of control between humans is about making assumptions and taking things personally. Our whole dream of hell is based on that. We create a lot of emotional poison just by making assumptions and taking it personally, because usually we start gossiping about our assumptions. Remember, gossiping is the way we communicate to each other in the dream of hell and transfer poison to one another. Because we are afraid to ask for clarification, we make assumptions and believe we are right about the assumptions. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make someone else wrong. It is always better to ask questions than to make an assumption, because assumptions set us up for suffering. The big metot in the human mind creates a lot of chaos, which causes us to misinterpret everything and misunderstand everything. We only see what we want to see, and hear what we want to hear. We don't perceive things the way they are. We have the habit of dreaming with no basis in reality. We literally dream things up in our imaginations. Because we don't understand something, we make an assumption about the meaning, and when the truth comes out, the bubble of our dream pops, and we find out it was not what we thought it was at all. An example, you are walking in the mall, and you see a person you like. That person turns to you and smiles, and then walks away. You can make a lot of assumptions just because of this one experience. With these assumptions, you can create a whole fantasy. And you really want to believe this fantasy and make it real. A whole dream begins to form just from your assumptions, and you can believe, oh, this person really likes me. In your mind, a whole relationship begins from that. Maybe you even get married in this fantasy land. But the fantasy is in your mind, in your personal dream. Making assumptions in our relationships is really asking for problems. Often we make the assumption that our partners know what we think and that we don't have to say what we want. We assume they are going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we assume they should do, we feel so hurt and say, "You should have known." Another example, you decide to get married, and you make the assumption that your partner sees marriage the same way that you do. Then you live together, and you find out this is not true. This creates a lot of conflict, but you still don't try to clarify your feelings about marriage. The husband comes home from work and the wife is mad, and the husband doesn't know why. Maybe it's because the wife made an assumption. Without telling him what she wants, she makes an assumption that he knows her so well, that he knows what she wants, as if he can read her mind. She gets so upset because he fails to meet her expectations. Making assumptions in relationships leads to a lot of fights, a lot of difficulties, a lot of misunderstandings with people we suppose
All right, y'all. My bad.
We make all sorts of assumptions
I'm back.
because we don't have the courage to
I'm
ask questions.
back.
These assumptions are made so fast and unconsciously most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. We have agreed that it is not safe to ask questions. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want or how we feel. When we believe something, we assume we are right about it to the point that we will destroy relationships in order to defend our position. We make the assumption that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. This is the biggest assumption that humans make. And this is why we have a fear of being ourselves around others. Because we think everyone else will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves. So even before others have a chance to reject us, we have already rejected ourselves. That is the way the human mind works. We also make assumptions about ourselves, and this creates a lot of inner conflict. I think I am able to do this. You make this assumption, for instance, then you discover you aren't able to do it. You overestimate or underestimate yourself because you haven't taken the time to ask yourself questions and to answer them. Perhaps you need to gather more facts about a particular situation. Or maybe you need to stop lying to yourself about what you truly want. Often when you go into a relationship with someone you like, you have to justify why you like that person. You only see what you want to see and you deny there are things you don't like about that person. You lie to yourself just to make yourself right.